Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. One of my favorite type of videos to do is give you an update on my everyday carry. I did one kind of like late spring, the very beginning of summer, and things are always changing up. I'm always testing out new items. And so I want to bring you the everyday carry that I'm going to be doing at least through the end of the year. This is my fall everyday carry for 2024. Now, some things kind of stay the same, some things I like to mix up. Anything that I'm talking about, I'm going to list it down below for you to check it out. Some of those will be affiliate links, some of them won't be. Any of those will support the channel, and I appreciate that quite a bit. First thing I want to talk about here is the wallet. This is the Proof wallet. Picked this thing up not too long ago. Proof sent this out to me, and I did a review on the wallet. They didn't pay for the review. They didn't even know I was going to do a review, and I've been enjoying this thing quite a bit. It is made of a full grain leather, and it does have a nice piece of aluminum on here. I've laser engraved my name on there. You can custom and get your name engraved on their website as well. I just did it myself because I own my own laser printer here in the man cave. A little area in the back for you to hold cash. I've done a full review on this. I'll link it up down below, but it does carry about, I don't know, I got about 10 cards in here. It kind of holds them pretty comfortably, pretty easily with no issues whatsoever. My license, my different debit cards, my work credit card, all that type of stuff. And then I keep some business cards just in case I film in someone's location. I want to kind of let them know out of respect purposes. Here's my information. I've been a big fan of this so far. They have like this like forever life proof warranty that I've talked about, which kind of brings peace of mind because you're going to be constantly tugging and pulling on this thing, and if things begin to fall apart, you can always just kind of get that taken care of. So I'm a big fan of that. Now, next thing to talk about is going to be my key organizer. Now, I ordered the Orbit Key Pro, but I'm still waiting for my shipment to be delivered. So while I'm waiting for the Orbit Key Pro to get delivered, I decided let's revisit the OG Orbit Key. And I forgot how much I actually quite enjoy this. The only thing I don't like is when you have to actually change the keys out. But how often are you actually taking and putting your keys on? I mean, if you have a dog walker, maybe you have to give them the key, or for some reason you need to give like an in-law or someone like that a copy of a key for your house. That's about it. Other than that, your keys are kind of your keys. They kind of just stick where they are. This is a nice, it's leather. I got the green colorway. It's multiple colorways. This has been out for plenty of years. I like the fact that it can comfortably hold, I think, up to 9 keys. I'm only rocking between 3 to about 5 keys at any given time. On the outside, I'm also rocking the wingback cash system. Inside of this thing here, you can just keep yourself some cash in there. So it might be kind of hard to see, but rolled up in there is a $20 bill. And what I like about that is if I were to at any given moment forget my cash, or I go to a facility where they take cash only and all I got is a bunch of credit cards on me and I don't have cash in my wallet, there's always a stash, a cache, if you want to say, of cash at the ready. I like this very slimline key organized that I have going on. So I have the key bar magnet on here. This is made of brass, but you can also get it in stainless steel, I think aluminum as well. But no matter if I'm driving my truck, I can quickly attach the key fob to it, or my wife's vehicle, I can swap these out. Or if I'm just riding my bike and I don't need my truck vehicles at all, I can keep this very, very streamlined. Now, let's jump into the pen. Now, I talk about this plenty of times before. If you don't write every single day, at least a few times a day, in my opinion, you probably shouldn't every day carry. You shouldn't EDC a pen. This is the Journeyman pen by Wingback. This is one of their newest releases. This thing is fantastic as well. I've reviewed this. I'll link the review up for this as well. Made of one piece of whatever material you get this made out of, whether it is steel or titanium or aluminum. One solid piece. They've upgraded this in a number of ways. A much more muted logo, a much better writing experience that made the pen a lot bigger, the better knurling. This is a very enjoyable writing experience. Now it comes with its own little carrying case. You can even upgrade if you want to get like a leather sheath for it as well. I write multiple times a day in my little leather or my Lockbee notebook. That's normally sitting on my desk. I'll link up a video that talks about how to actually use your everyday carry pen and notebook if you want to check that out as well. One of my favorite things that I've been rocking for quite a long time. And when VAR told me they wanted to sponsor today's video, I was like, fantastic, because I absolutely love your watches. I love what y'all are doing. And so that makes it an easy addition anyway, because I'm going to talk about how great you guys are overall. This is the VAR C3 Dirty Dozen. This is the little brother to the A12 Dirty Dozen, which I talked about last year. Still a fantastic watch. Just a couple of different movements on the inside. This is a Ameriquartz movement. You can get it in 36 millimeter or 40 millimeter. It comes with 2 watch straps. It's American assembled. It has a sapphire crystal. This watch is my favorite watch for a couple of reasons. One, it can be used as a tool watch. I like to say I do a lot of stuff around the house. I literally just got done building my wife a wall and a door for her babe cave. This is the type of watch I can wear while hanging drywall, putting up wood, all that type of stuff, but also dress it up. So it's very versatile in that moment. And the thing is, if you want a quartz movement versus an automatic movement and to save some money, this is the way to go. I think it looks very good. Now, I would say you can get this in 2 different sizes. You can get a 36 millimeter or a 40 millimeter. Get the 36 millimeter if you have a smaller wrist, or if you just like the classic stylings, the classic looks of the 1950s and 60s watches, because those were primarily 36, 38 millimeter type watches. I think this looks pretty good on my wrist, particularly the 36 millimeter, but it's going to be your mileage may vary. I'm a big fan of VAR and their watches, their customer service, and they have sold thousands of the C3 and C5 line. I'm glad they brought the Dirty Dozen into the C3 and C5 line. This is a banger for me personally, and I don't think you would be disappointed if you were deciding to grab this watch. Use the link in the description down below to check out for the best pricing, and thanks VAR for sponsoring today's video. Very excited to be able to have this nice VAR watch in the collection. Very, very nice on the wrist. Now, gotta talk about the knife. Now, the knife, this is a fantastic design coming over from a Richard Rogers design with CRKT, Columbia River Knife and Tool. They have been stepping their game up slowly but surely. This is rocking a CPM S35 VN blade steel. This is called the CRKT Q. I think it's the compact. This is the 777, the little brother to the 770, I believe. I like this a lot. It has aluminum scales with a G10 inlays in there. It makes it feel premium, but it still feels rugged. It feels like something I could still work with. It has like this little cutout on the actual blade itself, which kind of allows for you to kind of get your nail in there. And when you get your nail in there, it makes it easy to reverse flick it, spidey flick it if you want to. You can do all sorts of different movements very easily with this. So it's a nice fidget factor, but you can also just use the actual rear flipper if you want to, if that's your type of jam. It has a liner lock. I think it's very, very well done. I'm a big fan of Richard Rogers designs. I didn't think that I would like this so much. He's the same guy that came up with the CEO knife that just took Blade Show by storm a couple of years ago. These are some more bangers I could easily see being a very stable addition to your system. If you are a big fan of G10, aluminum, a very slicey and easy to use knife that's going to hold an edge for a sharp edge for a relatively long amount of time, I would definitely check out this specific knife. I also think it looks pretty good, even though it's kind of like muted. You don't really see much hardware, like literally. It's very, very muted. Like the fact that most of the time when you get a knife, there's like hardware evidence all over the place. You don't really see that with this one. I'm a big fan of that. A newer addition to my carry is going to be the Woobin. This is the X2 Pro. The X2 Pro, recently released by Woobin. It's on Kickstarter. It's now in production. I'll be doing a full review on this flashlight soon, because, I normally don't do reviews on Kickstarter flashlights, but they fully funded this thing, and it is going to be getting dropped into people's hands very, very soon. Lots of unique features about this. I have pre-production models, so all the benefits that are going to be out for the production models, I am looking forward to all of them. First off, the very front element is this, what they call a composite lens system. It can go from 15 lumens to 1500 lumens, multiple modes from low to turbo. The side light, you can either get 2 different versions. You can get an RGB light, or you can get a UV light. I have the RGB light here. And the thing is it can go red, green, blue, all that type of stuff, different RGB modes. It can do 1 lumen mode on the side. This actual side light here shifts and tilts whatever you might need it to do. It has a magnetic base. So if you have it sitting on the top of a side, you're trying to work on something, you can use the side light to help you see a little bit better. And the fact that it has one lumen on the side light makes it really good. 15 lumens on the composite light in the front. This is a very, very, very versatile design. I can't wait to get my hands on some of the tool implements that they're going to have on this. They're going to have this so you can mount this on a weapon, just all sorts of different ways to use this. My full review will be coming out soon. Some things I do and don't like about it, but I'm a big fan of this quick switch on the side. This switch on the side here allows for you to quickly lock and unlock the flashlight so it won't accidentally get turned on in your pocket. I'm liking more and more of these flashlight companies coming out with that type of locking system to keep you from turning your freaking flashlight on in your pocket. Something that really hasn't changed in my carry is the boomstick. So I'm still rocking the Smith & Wesson J frame. This is a 38 special, hammerless, no safety, always double action, but it's a very reliable carry. I'm a big fan of this thing overall. I'm thinking about getting a speed loader on this, but I just like the fact that as long as you keep it clean, it's very, very low likelihood of misfiring on you, jamming on you, missing one of the rounds in the cylinder. You just have to make sure that you're actually, if you're running rounds through it, after you run about 200 or 300 rounds through it, make sure you're thoroughly cleaning this thing. I'm a big fan of the hidden hybrid holster. This one is a great appendix carry. It's very low on printing. And I like the fact that it has this claw in here. So when you actually go to draw the weapon itself, it kind of keeps it against your freaking dad bob. You don't have to worry about any of that type of stuff. So something else I want to talk about in my carry is the fragrance that I'm wearing. So I am rocking a red tobacco. This is a Mancerina, and hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, you can more than welcome to pound sand. This is a perfume. This gives me warm. It's Cuban tobacco and spices, floral. It's almost unisex. Like it's a very, in my opinion, like a sexy fragrance, especially after the dry down. And although it's targeted to men, I do believe it's a type of fragrance that depend on the type of woman. But like if you have a woman that's just kind of has, she's super duper duper feminine and she wants to ease off that femininity a little bit and have something a little bit more masculine on her body, I think this kind of works because it also has floral notes in it. You can definitely smell the tobacco. You can smell the spices. I love the way this thing smells specifically on me. If you know you're the type of person, you don't want to always have like musk. You want something that has like a hint of floral or whatever. I would definitely check this out. This is one of my favorites. Now we got to talk about my phone. I am rocking the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. I didn't think I would get another big phone again. This is an upgrade from my Google Pixel 7. This time I decided to go with the larger size, the Pro XL size. I really wanted to see if I can get better battery life, but I love this matte black color. I have not had a black cell phone since my BlackBerry days of 2010. So just having a black colored phone again, it's just freaking sexy to me. I think that they did a really good job with this phone. It feels the most like an iPhone out of any phone that I've ever had. And I also own an iPhone. My work phone is an iPhone. So it feels like every time I pick this up, am I grabbing my iPhone or am I grabbing my Google phone? You can definitely tell that they put a lot of work into this phone overall. If you're just looking for something that's like bare bones Android in its purest form, I cannot recommend the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL enough. I might even do a video just like my experiences for channel members. Think about becoming a channel member because I like to release videos that are specifically for them. Talk about some of these hanks I've been carrying. I have some of the fancy hanks and that type of stuff, but you know what? I picked up a pack of these dry ski hanks not too long ago from Amazon, and these things work just fine. The thing about these is that I can rock these and clean off my phone screens, clean off my my glasses or whatever the case may be that I'm rocking. And I can also wipe my kids' faces. We're entering the fall months where my kids always have snotty faces. I can just wipe their faces down with these things, throw them in the washer with cold water, no fabric softener, let them, I can either put them in a dryer, just let them air dry and keep using these over and over. I think I got a pack of 5 of these for $14. The headphones that we're rocking, these are actually still the Meze Albus that I did a review on a few months ago. These are some in-ear monitors. I like these because wired headphones are coming back. And my Google Pixel Buds is what I rocked for the longest amount of time. These things are starting to fail me. One of the earbuds doesn't play correctly. The other one always falls out my ear. And these in-ear monitors have been they've just been fantastic to use. First of all, when you're wearing these, people can clearly see the wire in your head, and it's an indicator that you don't want them talking to you. Okay, that's one thing I like about them. They have a great clarity. The drivers on these are fantastic. I've done a full review of these as well. I'm not an audiophile, but I do like using these for two reasons: country music and talk radio. They have some of the best sound for one of those. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more neutral, then I think that these are something that you're going to enjoy. And these things come in less than $200, which is kind of hard to say for some like high end in ear monitors, because something from Sennheiser or something like that is going to easily run you two, three, $400, no doubt whatsoever. Now, everything that you see in this carry itself is all sitting in my EDC tray, which is slated to actually start shipping next week. I have pre-orders set on my website. We still have the discounted price for version 2 of my EDC tray, which is what I keep everything in. This is made of walnut. These are so I bulk order the actual trays themselves. I have to do the final finishings. I have to do all the laser engraving here in the man cave. So I like to just keep that disclosure. And so a lot of this stuff is a lot of man hours on me. So I appreciate any support that y'all give to the channel by checking these out below. This is the Go Pound Sand model. If you're a military person, or if you're just somebody that knows what Go Pound Sand means, then there you go. Small Marine X logo there. We have this blank. I think we might do something with that. If you want custom engraving, we might do something like that as well. A little carve out at the bottom, just in case you charge your cell phones old school way. So I'm a big fan of these trays. It kind of just fits everything nice and neat, just how I need it. So you can check that out as well. This will be linked up down below. But what am I missing for my EDC? It's pretty freaking extensive. Let's just keep it real, okay? If this is your first time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.